Good day, everybody. It's Friday. It's a really nice day out here. It's kind of overcast. I'm in here with my shop, got the fan on. Keeping it cool. My 12-bolt rear here. I got this rear for 80 bucks. Came out from underneath another Squarebody. So I'm trying to get it cleaned up because I got all my rear end parts from Quick Performance. I got a complete rebuild posi kit to turn this into a posi with 373 gears. But you see all the surface rust? Yeah, that can't fly. I want to have this cleaned up and painted before I take it Monday to my buddy William Everhart over there, Everhart Performance in Inwood, West Virginia, and get him to rebuild this rear end. So that means that gotta have it all taken apart and get all the bull crap off it because it's all going to be replaced. Then I'm going to check out at the end. I'm going to check out and pull all this brake hardware out of here because that's all going to get replaced as well. I want to have it cleaned up and best I can and ready for him to keep him from doing less work. I did some wire wheel work and you can see the difference right there, but like I said, I'm going to get this brake line off. So when I started to take these brake lines off from inside the hub, they didn't want to move. Well, they've been rusted on here for years. So get some PB Blaster sprayed down last night. Didn't seem to help a whole lot. But this daggone heat, I was able to pull that one off. I'm able to pull that one off. Now I'm hoping that as I go along here with this little project, that I will be able to reuse all them lines right there, just the lines where it connects and everything, off of my 10-bolt Chevy. I don't see why not. It's basically the same thing. That's for the wheel cylinders, the brake pads, and all the other stuff. That's all going to be replaced. It's all going to be replaced. So I'm going to do a little bit of work here, pull all this crap off. I'm going to try to clean it up as best I can to make it look good and get all the bull crap off of here, like where the shock had to be cut off or it was broken off and we took it all apart. It came out from a trashed, not a trashed, but a scrapped Squarebody pickup truck. So it's been sitting for a while, but it does spin freely. We do know that. But I know that it's not a true posi, but I'm telling you what, after all my parts from Quick Performance, which was very reasonable, I got the whole daggone kit with shipping, which there was really no shipping cost at all, for under $600 for a 12-bolt Chevy truck rear posi unit with 373 gears. So I'm gonna do a little work here. Get to a certain point, I'll stop, I'll do some more video, and we'll move on from there. Thanks for watching this so far. I mean, I know it's a lot of work, but I'm getting ready to completely rebuild this truck one step at a time. And you all have pretty much watched since day one I brought this truck home, put new wheels and tires on it, just to find out that the transmission was effed up, and I had that completely rebuilt with a shift kit, with a Corvette servo and a bunch of high performance parts inside, just really extra heavy duty parts inside. And so now, besides all the motor work we're doing, the transmission and now the rear end, the whole drivetrain will be freshened up. Along with all the suspension has all been replaced, but we'll get to that later. You know, you've been watching. You've been watching, and I appreciate it. Let's continue to watch. Man, nothing ever stays the same around here. Nothing ever stays the same. Whew, it's hot. I don't have nothing to drink. I might go to the store before I get too far into this project. Project being, things change constantly. Constantly. So where I was getting ready to clean up on the rear, which I'll continue to do. It's in my shop. It's got some shade in there. I got a fan in there. Big change today is my new spindles came in. Got my drop spindles. So luckily, like I said, I didn't hook up the caliper the other day. I didn't put the dust shield back on there. I put the tie rod and the ball joints back into place and put the nuts on there, but I didn't put the cotter pins in there because I knew I just had to pull them out again. Same with the wheel hub, the rotor. I didn't put the cotter pin in there either. So what I did was jacked up the frame. I put this little jack up under the lower control arm to keep that spring from falling out when everything popped loose. So right now I'm in the process taking that bottom bolt out. As soon as I do that, I can take this new spindle and put it in its place. And I'm going to go clean up the dust shield. I'll probably paint it. Maybe paint it, maybe not, probably not. Put the dust shield back on here, throw this rotor back on there, put the wheel back on there, hook everything else up, and move to the other side. Yeah, things change, but that's where we're at. Notice, like I said, the sway bar's got all new bushings. The tie rods are all brand new, inner and outer. The ball joints are all brand new. The control arm up top is all brand new. The rear bottom control arm's got all new bushings in it, polyurethane bushings that I put in there. And I was going to put them in the top, but they were such a hassle. And when I found out the shape that the other upper control arms were in, when I went ahead and replaced them, the upper control arm came with new bushings and a ball joint in place. So that gave me a couple extra parts. And I got a brand new shock in there too. And there's my brand new stock spring. So it's going to have stock springs and a 2.5 drop. It's going to give me just the stance I want. I don't want to go all the way down. I want to keep that hot rod look. Maybe next year. Maybe some other time. Maybe this winter. I'll do axle flip and everything else, but I really don't want to, and I'm probably not gonna. So, that being said, the day before yesterday, I picked up a brand new a brand new engine hoist. I believe I'm going to pull this motor so I can get it all pretty and everything, put all the parts and everything on it that I want. My biggest issue was the oil pan, because I knew I had to drop it in order to put the new timing chain and everything in there and put it all back together. And I was really kind of concerned that I wouldn't put it in there right, that I'd have oil leak somewhere, because you have to do this from up under the truck. And at the same time, it's just so hard to work in this wheel well housing that I just figured I'll just yank it, make it all nice and pretty, and keep everything going, paint the motor, put some nice pretty parts on there to go along with my new heads and cam and everything, and new water pump, get it all painted up fresh and pretty, drop it back down, hook it back up. What do you think? Anyway, thanks for watching here so far. I'm going to go ahead and get this one done, and I will get back with you. And the first spindle is in. Yeah, I went ahead, I got the dust shields over there, getting them painted up. As soon as I can do that, get the dust shields back on there, I'm gonna clean up the caliper, make it a little bit prettier. It's red, should clean up pretty nice. And then I'm going to compress my caliper with my C-clamp. Then I'm going to put my brake pads back in. I'm gonna slide it over the rotor after I get that back on here, and put that all back together, put some nice fresh grease up in there on the bearing and everything. And that's where we're going to be. We're going to have one of them done. Put the wheel and tire back on here, drop this thing down to see how cool it looks with the 2.5 inch drop. Yep, that's it so far. Sky just opened up just about the time I freaking got the brake caliper on this thing. Got this side done, and there's my drop. 2.5 inches with a new spindle. I'm not sitting out in this any longer, luckily. I'm under the cedar tree, so I didn't get real wet until it really started. My back's wet, but I was determined. That's this side. The other side hasn't got done yet. You can tell the difference. See how that sets up? You can imagine if it doesn't rain tomorrow, that's gonna get done. It's gonna look so cool. This truck's gonna look so cool. This truck is gonna be so cool when I get it done. It's one of those deals. I had a buddy who was gonna do the motor work for me, and I was almost ready to let him do it. I told the wife, I've done everything else to this truck except for rebuild the transmission. I might as well keep on with it. So it's Friday afternoon. I've had it. It's raining. I'm not doing nothing else. My John Deere's getting washed off from being all dusty yesterday. Ram's parked, attached to the John Deere. My boat's filling up with water, waiting for a part for that motor for that, so we can get out on the water and do some real adventures this year. Woo! I just see the water coming down. You see the water coming down. It didn't ease it. Look at my grass. It's like yellow. But anyway, appreciate you guys hanging in. I'll have an update tomorrow, the day after, and we'll get to it like we've been doing it. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a great day.